Our next match, we saw Charlotte Flair defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Ronda Rousey. The thing that I noticed throughout this entire match was I think Ronda wore some shorts that were a little too small because she was adjusting them the entire match.
Here's my thing. Honestly, I figured Charlotte would win. That, in my opinion, was a big letdown to a match.
I agree.
And I don't know. I'm not sure if it was Ronda because she pushed so hard and so fast to come back from the pregnancy. But I think, in my opinion, that was one of my least favorite matches of the show.
And I honestly can't put my finger. I agree with you. I can't really put my finger on the why. I will say, and the reason I bring up Ronda's outfit, like, I'm not saying she was big or anything. I just honestly think I think her ring gear was a little too small because she spent the entire match and sometimes at the most inopportune times adjusting it. For example, and this is a wrestling pet peeve of mine, and I see a lot of people do it. It's way too common. Is you'll see somebody get rocked by a maneuver and go to the ground, and then they adjust their waistline. Like they go to adjust their gear.
It's like when you get rocked, when you get taken a move like that, or any kind of move, we were supposed to sell. Lay there and sell.
Yeah.
Now, if they're bringing you up, while you're getting up, you could pull them up. That would be fine. But like you take that bump or whatever, and then you're just laying there, kind of fixing your pants or your tights or whatever you want to call it. It's like you're not really selling.
You know what I will say, and I'm not saying he never did this. I can't recall a time where I've seen him do this. Was Shawn Michaels? Because Shawn Michaels has definitely adjusted his gear, but I've never seen him do it at an inopportune time. Like when Shawn Michaels is selling, he's selling.
Oh yeah, he's selling.
He'll adjust his gear when he's up and moving around, and when it's presumably. But like Ronda, I remember there was one. I forget what the move it was. I think Charlotte kicked her in the face, and she stumbles back, and then she adjusts her tights or her trunks or whatever you want to call them.
I think that's what had happened. Is she took that kick, and then she adjusted it.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, it's almost as bad as that. And I don't know her name because I haven't watched NXT. I've watched one episode of NXT since it became 2.0. And I'll be honest, I threw up a little in my mouth. But the girl, the video was going around on TikTok. There's who's that new female wrestler who's like all the rage now? She does like she grabs the leg for an axe kick and then does like a split single leg drop.
Oh, Santino Marilla's daughter, Nikita.
Yeah, okay, so she did that to a girl, and the camera's looking right at this girl who's supposed to be unconscious, and she's just like, she's just bored.
She's like, can we finish this now?
I mean, that's what she said.
Honestly, I don't really watch NXT, but I still try to keep up with like the matches and who wins and who loses. But yeah, I can definitely agree with that one. Yeah, but that is Santino's daughter, Nikita.
Oh, interesting. But here's the thing. You know who uploaded that video onto TikTok, which is where I saw it the first time? It's on NXT's official TikTok. Why would you put that on there?
I'm gonna have to find that because I didn't know that.
It's on,
and I followed the NXT one.
It's on there, I promise. Because I remember thinking like, this is funny, thinking it might have been like AEW botches or something. No, it's NXT. I'm like, oh god. But these are the same people who have a wrestler whose gimmick is that she naps a lot.
Oh god, yes. And that's a whole nother day for a subject.
One of these Ben and I were planning on, and then he reminded me that we were doing our WrestleMania predictions. The Actually, the last episode we did, he reminded me right before we started because I didn't have an idea of what to do. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna go over the things that annoy the shit out of us in wrestling.
Oh
and she, and
goodness! Hey,
she and she was on the list.
oh gosh, we could do a whole movie about that.
Yeah, that'll be a long one when we do it. But Charlotte retained her title. Now, Ben and I had both picked Ronda to win because it seemed like just the way she came back so quick, it seemed like they were going to give her a title, but we were wrong. We got it wrong.
Now, yeah, that one I really thought Charlotte would win that one. I just think that one was a little rushed too, and I didn't think they built Ronda up enough for Ronda to win it yet.
I agree. Now, it did feel a little rushed, but I don't think I think Charlotte was always gonna retain.